Okay, today we shall discuss about the next module, that is reliability and quality of distribution system. This is a unit 1, okay, in this module 5, and another unit is distribution. Okay, this reliability and quality of distribution system. First we shall discuss about the introduction about that topic. Goal power system is to supply electricity to its customers in an economical and reliable manner. Okay, whatever the goal of a power system, power includes generation, transmission, distribution. Okay, we should give continuity of supply to the consumers and the customers. And what is the goal of the power system means? It is to supply electricity to its customer economical and reliable manner. Okay, it should be continuity of supply, and also the unit rate. Okay, whatever you pay the electricity bill, okay, that unit rate, it should be economical. It should not be so high cost like that. Okay, it should be in a medium cost, in an economical way. It is important to maintain reliable power system because of cost of that is cost of interruptions and power outages can have a severe impact on utility and customers. Okay, if and you may have seen power outage. Power outage means power shutdown or like that, power cut. Okay, we should maintain the reliable continuity and reliable continuity supply. Okay, it should not get problem to the customers and also utility persons. Okay, utilizers. From generation they might have sent to some industries, and from industries stages, right? From generation, next is a transmission, and from transmission it may be gone to the industry side, and from transmission only two division. One is industry and one is next distribution. From distribution, consumers, okay, domestic load, like that it is divided. Okay, they should maintain the reliable, and they should maintain the without power cut, that is interruption. Okay, interruption nothing but cutting. Okay, power cut. Okay, we should get the continuity. We also expect that 24 hours we need that is electricity. Okay, we expect that we should get the continuity of supply, electricity supply. Okay, for that, what is the procedure, what is the steps we need to take? So if any problem occurs, we should find out the problem, and we should correct it. Okay, so distribution systems are affected by events such as sudden failure of power generation, faults on line, and fluctuation in demand. You might have observed in villages or also in cities, in your homes. Okay, some due to some transformer damage, they will do power cut, and they will repair the transformer, and or they will exchange the transformer, right? And due to some line failure, also faults on line during the rainy seasons, lightning, due to lightning also sometimes faults occurs. And sudden failure of power generation, if any sudden failure of power generation, it may be hydro power generation or thermal power generation, any power generation due to some faults, if it is reduced. Okay, for example, the two power plants will generate a 15 megawatt. Okay, one will generate 10 megawatt and one will generate 5 megawatt. If suddenly 10 megawatt generation fault occurs, then within only we should manage the 5 megawatt. Is it possible? Day by day electricity, need of electricity is increasing. Okay, so we should go with the alternate, and also we should maintain the reliable. Okay, If sudden failure occurs of a power generation, falls on line, and fluctuation in demand, it may increase because sometimes morning time high demand will be there, and evening time also high demand. In from morning to 10 to evening, it will be less only. Okay, so due to demand also fluctuation will be occurs. Okay, to increase the facts, what are the points we need to take here? It is very necessary to know the causes of outages and failures, how the failures is happening. Okay, we should find out and we should find the solution for that, right? Identifying and addressing root causes is most effective way to address reliability problems. First, we shall know about the definition of reliability. What is reliability? It is associated with the power system. It is a measure of the overall ability of the system to satisfy the customer demand. For example, if customer need a 1 megawatt voltage, then the generation should be 1 megawatt. Okay, so balance between the customer demand and also generation. The reliability, it is associated with the power system. It is a measure of the overall ability of the system to satisfy the customer energy. Power system reliability can be further that is it is divided into system adequacy and system security. System adequacy means it is related to the sufficient facilities within the system to satisfy the customer demand, and system security means related to the ability of the system to respond to disturbances arising within that system. Okay, these two important power system reliability, different categories: system adequacy and system security. Okay, so adequacy means that is insufficient. Okay, it is related to the sufficient facility within the system to satisfy the customer demand. And next is the ability of the system to respond to disturbances arising within the system. Next is a probability concepts. Here, the device has a probability of failure as P. Okay, after a given number of years of operation and the device is still be operating, then its probability as Q is equal to 1 minus P. What they are saying is, for example, if you take any device, probability of failure. Okay, for example, a transformer. Okay, it may oil may get heat or due to winding loss. There are different types of possibility of losses. Okay, possibility of failure. Okay, what are the different types of probability of failures? Okay, it may get damaged due to the winding problem, or it will not work due to the oil heat, or many losses, iron losses, like that. Okay, after a given number of years, okay, it will operate for 10 years, we shall take. Okay, after number of years of operation, the device is still operating. Okay, the device is still operating, then the future problems, the probability, what are the possibility of problems? Okay, that it will be Q is equal to 1 minus P. Okay, binomial distribution. In this first binomial distribution, the rule to find the probabilities of different value of R out of n devices is given by Bernoulli's theorem. This is P of x is equal to R, that is equal to n combinations, that is C R suffix R, P to the power of R, Q to the power of n minus R, where x is equal to R is equal to 0 to n. This relation is called as binomial distribution. In order to find any probability in binomial, we must know the value of n and p. They are called the parameters. The binomial distribution is a discrete. It can be used when R is an integer. Next, the standard deviation and mean, that is mu in binomial distribution, are given as, and that is as is equal to square root of n into p into q, and mu is equal to n into p. Poisson distribution. Next is a Poisson distribution. It is another discrete distribution. If p is small and np is very large, then Poisson distribution is used. What they are saying is, if p value is small, that is possibility of failure, probability of failure, p value is small, then np is very large, then Poisson distribution method is used to find the probability of occurrence. P of x is equal to r is equal to e to the power of np open bracket np close bracket to the power of r. Np is nothing but mu. Okay, here minus np, so minus mu to the power of r factorial. R is equal to 0 to 1 to continuation. Standard deviation is given as sigma square root of n into p, that can be written as square root of mu. Next is a normal distribution. This is the most important continuous probability distribution. If p and n both are large, the normal distribution is used. What they are saying is, if p and n both are large, then normal distribution is used. Probability by normal distribution can be found as p of x is equal to r o close bracket 1 divided by sigma square root of 2 into pi into e to the power of minus 1 by 2 r minus m divided by sigma whole to the power of square, that is 2, where mu is equal to n into p, and what about the sigma is equal to square root of n into p into q. Equation is also called as, that is Gaussian distribution. The failure of devices is extremely useful in reliability, since a knowledge of mean, that is mu is equal to n into p, is required to apply the distribution. Next is the power quality. What do you mean by power quality? It refers to the maintenance of voltage waveform undistorted, balanced at rated frequency and at rated voltage. Okay, this is a power quality. If it is maintaining the correct voltage and correct frequency, then it is a, we can say it is a power quality maintained. Okay, so it refers to a maintenance of voltage waveform undistorted. Okay, it should not get distorted like this. Okay, it may sudden increase, decrease like that. Okay, it should be in a uniform way. It is a voltage waveform undistorted and balanced at a rated frequency. It should be in a rated frequency and rated voltage. Okay, that is nothing but a power quality. Power quality problems. What are the power quality problems? First is a voltage dip. A decrease of voltage level between 10% to 19% of normal voltage at power frequency can be sad. This may be due to faults on transmission or distribution network in consumer installation, or may be due to switching on heavy loads or large motors. What happens means here, for example, the generation is 1 megawatt. Okay, the generation is 1 megawatt. Consumer should use either 1 megawatt or less than 1 megawatt. But if we increase the loads 1 megawatt, if we increase more than 1 megawatt, this voltage dip will cause. Okay, this will occur at that situation. They are saying that this a decrease of voltage level between 10% to 90% of normal voltage at power frequency can be called as voltage dip or voltage sag. This may be due to fault on transmission. It may be due to fault on transmission or distribution network in consumer or installation, or it may be due to switching on heavy loads or large motors. Okay, your generation will be less and the demand will be high. Next, voltage swell. It is a momentary increase of the voltage which is outside the normal tolerance, which exists for more than cycle. Typically less than a few seconds. It will occur, even voltage sag also it will occur for a few seconds, and voltage swell also it will occur for a few seconds, and it is due to start or stop of heavy loads. For example, that is 1 megawatt. Same example we should take. Okay, 1 megawatt is there, and next here what they are saying is it is due to start or stop of heavy loads. Okay, here also there is a 1 megawatt load. 1 megawatt load. Okay, if we start or stop this load, okay, suddenly, if we stop suddenly, then what happens? Whatever the coming from generation, where it should go, it will get damage to the this device. Okay, if we because it will come till here. Okay, so either it will get damage to the generation part or transmission side like that, and it will get damage to the some equipments behind this. Okay, so it is a momentary increase of the voltage which is outside the normal tolerance. Okay, next is a harmonic distortion. Due to presence of harmonic voltage and current, waveforms are having non-sinusoidal shape. These waveforms are the sum of different sine waves with a different magnitude. You might have observed harmonic distortion like that, increase and decrease. Okay, you will not get a sinusoidal waveform. Okay, these waveforms are the sum of different sine waves with the different magnitudes and also having a frequencies, multiples of power frequencies. The main cause for this is harmonics are rectifier, nonlinear loads, arc furnace, and welding machines, etc. Harmonic distortions reduces the efficiency of electrical machines, overheating of cables and equipments. Next is the voltage fluctuations. Oscillations of voltage value, its amplitude be termed as a voltage fluctuation. For example, if it is a 4 magnitude, voltage magnitude is 4, due to some sudden increase or decrease it may happen. Okay, some fluctuations in the waveform amplitude, it may decrease or increase. The main cause of fluctuations are that is a start or stop of electrical loads like motors. Okay, next is a noise. Superimposing of high frequency signals on the waveform of power frequencies. Some of the causes are welding machines, arc furnace, and also improper grounding, etc. Next is a voltage unbalance. Voltage variations in three-phase system is in which voltage magnitude and phase angle difference between them are not equal. It is termed as voltage unbalance. What are the causes here? Incorrect distribution of loads on three-phase, and it may occur due to fault in the system also. Due to voltage unbalance, what is the problem here? Negative sequence component exists and it is harmful to all three-phase loads. Due to three-phase, induction machines are more affected due to that. Next is the reliability aids, mastering information, and next system configure, and also we shall discuss power quality issues, and also we shall discuss about the power quality, how to overcome that. Okay, power quality issues and effects and causes. Okay, we shall discuss once again in the next class. Okay.